My wife punched a woman in the face in public in front of our daughter. Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome to Snacks and Scandals, where snacks meet Reddit story scandals. Today's episode has to do with moms who ruined everything, or did they? And our snack pairing to go along with a mother-child dynamic is Sour Patch Kids, which are sweet and sour, the perfect pairing for a mother-daughter duo. So before we get into our snack, let's get into our first story. My 37-year-old male wife, 35-year-old female, punched a woman in the face in public in front of our daughter. I don't know how to feel about this. My wife is 8 months pregnant, and last night we went to a restaurant with our daughter that was surprisingly crowded for a weeknight. We were waiting for our table when my wife grabbed my arm and said, "That woman over there keeps staring at us." I told her not to think too much into it, as she has a tendency to point out creepy people a lot. We got to our table, and while we were waiting for our food, the woman she pointed out came up to us and asked if she could touch my wife's belly. My wife said, "I'd rather you not," but the woman did anyway, and my wife stood up. The woman looked at our daughter and said, "What a beautiful little girl," and tried to pick her up by the armpits. My wife then pushed the woman back and punched her in the face. I took her arm and got my daughter, and we got out of there. I asked my wife why she did that, and she said, "Are you kidding me? A complete stranger tried to pick up our daughter." I told her she overreacted and that such force was not necessary. I had some reservations about letting her go out in public while pregnant, but I don't really think I can allow it at all now, not if she's going to act like this. I don't really know what to do. She seems to think she did nothing wrong. I have never acted like this in public, and neither has she. The fact that she likely traumatized our daughter by displaying such violence in front of her is something that's making me look at her slightly different. What should I say to her? How about you say good job for protecting our child and your boundaries by trying not to allow this woman to touch your belly? So let's read some comments. Your wife was defending herself against a total stranger who touched her without permission. And after being told not to, who then proceeded to try to pick up your kid, you are embarrassed by your wife's actions or because you did nothing to protect your family? I can't even address the situation because I'm too caught up in, I had some reservations about letting her go out in public while pregnant, but I don't really think I can allow it at all now. Why do you think you have the power to let your wife go outside or not? And why would being pregnant preclude her from going out in public? Seriously. This should actually read, "My wife defended my daughter's life after she was assaulted by some creepy woman touching her belly and grabbing our kid in the middle of a COVID pandemic while I stood there and did nothing. How can I show my appreciation and do better in the future?" I'm more worried about the fact that you didn't want to let your wife go out in public while pregnant. Some creep was touching your child without permission. Your wife did what she thought was necessary. And our last comment reads, "Dude, this person disregarded your wife's wishes and tried to pick up your child. Who the hell does that? I might have punched the woman too." What would you have done in this situation with some creepy lady coming up to you asking if she can touch your belly and then proceeding to anyway, and then trying to pick up your child? That blows my mind. What would you do in this situation? Now that our first story is out of the way, let's try our snack. So these are Sour Patch Kids watermelon. I didn't know that. I just saw Sour Patch Kids, but I like the watermelon Sour Patch Kids. And it says that it's not so sour, so we'll see about that. I'm getting that tang right here in the jaw. But they're right, it's not as sour as it could be. And then it turns sweet. It's a very nice complement to each other, and I love the watermelon flavor. So to find out my overall thoughts on Sour Patch Kids watermelon, stay tuned till the end of the video. Our second story comes from Am I the A-hole? Am I the a-hole for canceling my daughter's music classes? I'm a single mom to one daughter, Madeline, 15. She's very musically inclined and is an amazing singer, so when everything happened, I put her in piano lessons and voice lessons after school once a week to give her something to look forward to. Madeline has leukemia. She gets chemo every day for a week, then has 3 weeks off. I understand she's tired and probably can't focus well because of the chemo, but she's fallen behind in all of her classes and hasn't been keeping up on her room, but she was always doing great in her voice lessons and piano classes. I think if she tried half as hard in school as she does in voice and piano, she'd be great. So I called her teachers and told them I was canceling classes until further notice and told them why. Madeline's voice teacher asked me to reconsider and told me she thinks Madeline has a real chance at making it as a singer. I told her that my decision is final until she catches up in school and can keep her room clean and hung up. When I told Madeline that her classes were canceled until she keeps her room clean and catches up in school, she started crying and yelling at me that I'm taking away the only thing she has and that she hates me. It's been a month and I rarely hear Madeline singing or playing piano anymore, and she stays in bed all day. She only speaks to me when it's absolutely necessary, and even then will only say a couple of words. I bought her headphones for her birthday a couple weeks ago and she hasn't touched them. They're sitting in a sealed box in her room. I'm starting to feel bad about taking her lessons away, but I just want her to try harder in school and to keep her room clean. That's not too much to ask. Was I the a-hole for taking away her lessons? Yeah, why don't you ask her if she needs some help with cleaning up her room? You're the one who enrolled her in these additional extracurricular activities, knowing she's going through chemo, which is going to make her tired as it is. And then you take away the only thing that's enjoyable to her? Yeah, you're absolutely the a-hole. So let's read some comments. You're the a-hole. This year is tough for many students, but on top of your daughter is struggling with a serious illness, and your punishment should match the crime. Taking away something she enjoys and practices doesn't do that. It just is a power move and not actual punishment. There are some edits to the story, so let's get into those. I realize I was the a-hole. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to call Madeline's teacher and put her back in voice and piano lessons, and we're going to schedule a meeting with her school counselor after her break to see how we can make school easier on her. That's smart. Accommodate her illness. Edit 2. To those of you asking about her room, my parents were hoarders and our house was always cluttered, and when I moved out, I needed everything to be clean or I wouldn't be able to function. Edit 3. Madeline is back in her music classes and we're both starting individual therapy and family therapy soon. I'm also going to try to have someone come over once a week to clean so she doesn't have to worry about any chores. Now that is very considerate. I think this mother woke up and smelled the roses. So let's read some comments. I hate to be grim, but if I was in this kid's shoes, taking away the couple of things I enjoyed would make me feel like giving up entirely. You're the a-hole. Chemo is hard on your body and cancer is hard on your spirits. It's worse during a pandemic. Madeline has limited resources to spend doing the things in her life. She may not be able to do them all. She loves some of these things and not others. And school, as important as it is a lot of work for a future that she has to wonder if she will ever see. Our last comment reads, this can't be real. No real parent would take away something that gave a seriously ill child joy. You're the a-hole. So what do you think about this mom, at least initially, taking away the two things that this poor daughter has to look forward to? Luckily, she woke up and smelled the roses. Comment below and let us know what you have to say about this story. And our final story comes from the subreddit relationships. How can I reestablish 47-year-old female contact with my 30-year-old female daughter? I had my daughter at a young age. In the beginning, we were extremely close, like any mother and child should be, but we were closer than that. Things changed when I got married. My husband didn't treat her the best, and he didn't want to be the stepfather. We ended up having our own kids, and things got so bad she was eventually taken in by her friends' parents, and they became her legal guardians. The biological dad wasn't interested in taking her. We slowly fell out of contact with her. I got updates from my mom, who is still heavily involved in my daughter's life. She has finished medical school and residency. She's married, and her husband is also very successful. I'm so proud of the woman my daughter became. This absolutely needs to be said. I was completely wrong to defend his disgusting behavior. We have grown, but both understand we can't change the past. It's been long overdue that we establish a relationship with her. I find it a little suspect that this mother wants to have a relationship with the daughter now that she's very successful. How do you just lose contact with your own child? you're a pretty crappy mother to have to do that. And your own mother is keeping in contact with her. Like, you have no right to even get to know this woman. And if you reach out to her, I hope that she doesn't respond back. So let's read some comments. Well, I think your responsibility goes beyond simply defending your husband's behavior. You basically abandoned your daughter. Probably you will need to own up to that, because I doubt she will allow you to shift all the blame onto him. If she wanted to have a relationship with her abusive mother and stepdad, she could do it through GMA. Leave her alone. You don't even get to be proud. You had nothing to do with her success, and she's doing well in spite of you. Interesting you want to reach out when she is financially well off. I find that interesting too. Does she even want a relationship? Personally, I think that she doesn't owe you a relationship. Another commenter writes, leave her alone. You're an egg donor to her, not a mother. That is very well said. You don't even have a right to be proud of her. And our last comment reads, is the only reason you and your husband want to reestablish contact is because she is successful and has money? I think these people are onto something, exactly what I was thinking. So let me know what you think about this mom. Should she reach out to her daughter? And is she being genuine about it? I'd love to know what you think. And with our final story finished, we are now going to rate our Sour Patch Kids watermelon. I would say that this was a pretty good match for today's stories. You've got the sweet and the sour dynamic of the sweet and the sour mother-daughter duos. Would I buy these again? Yes, I do like the watermelon. And what do I rate them overall? I'm not a huge sour person, but overall I would give these a 7. So let me know if you've tried Sour Patch Kids watermelon, and if so, what did you think of them? I want to thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you'll join me for the next one.